The killer planted a time bomb in the car, then quickly rode away on his motorcycle. The bomb was already counting down, but the man in the car had no idea. Suddenly, a bee flew into the car. Mark kept waiting to shoo it away, but it wouldn't leave. He grew more and more irritated. Stopped the car to chase the bee out. The bee landed on the hood. Mark picked up his shoe and smacked it down hard on the bee. The killer, watching from a distance, thought he had succeeded, but then he saw Mark standing by the car, completely unharmed. Mark, unaware of everything, simply thought he was lucky. Frustrated, the killer had to continue the assassination. He fired multiple shots at Mark's car, successfully hitting the gas tank. Gasoline sprayed out instantly, but Mark was inside on the phone with his wife. Next, he noticed the cigarette lighter was broken, so he casually tossed it out the window. The gasoline on the ground ignited immediately. The unlucky killer drove straight into the flames. Luckily, he jumped out just in time to save himself. Mark kept driving his leaking car forward. The boss was furious to learn a mission failed. He decided to send his top assassin. Mark had just pulled into a gas station, and the ace killer quietly followed. With a flick of his arm, a blade instantly shot out. Mark, still unaware of the danger, was casually washing his hair with a water hose. Little did he know the killer pulled out a special knockout drug and quietly crept up behind him. Unexpectedly, the drug flew right into the killer's own mouth. Lucky Mark had dodged death once again. The killer barely managed to crawl out, only to accidentally trigger the mechanism on his arm, which punctured a tire, sending him flying into the air instantly. Learning the mission had failed yet again, the boss decided this time to take matters into his own hands. He secretly broke into Mark's home. When Mark and his family returned, the boss suddenly appeared from behind the door, pointing a gun at Mark. Mark and his wife were terrified, but what the boss didn't know was that something even more devastating was about to happen. A flashlight suddenly fell to the ground. The girl quickly turned it over. Luckily, the nervous kidnapper did not notice, but the kidnapper seemed to sense something. He turned on the light directly. Seeing the kidnapper so close, Lisa held her breath in fear. Fortunately, the kidnapper was focused on the bed. Just as Lisa was about to lose hope, the bag with the phone fell to the floor. Seeing the phone inside, Lisa felt a surge of hope. But when she used a stick to try to hook it, the kidnapper suddenly looked over. Lisa was too scared to move. Thankfully, the kidnapper was talking to the boss on the bed. He did not notice her. Seeing this, Lisa did not dare delay. She picked up the stick and slowly moved closer. But the stick was too short. She tried many times without success. She had no choice but to lean out and reach for it. The boss hand appeared above Lisa's head. Luckily, Lisa reacted quickly. She grabbed the bag before the kidnapper noticed. She took out the phone to call for help, but the phone shut down due to low battery. The girl felt completely hopeless, but worse was yet to come. The kidnappers found a way to treat their boss. They needed to lift the bed in the boss. She was about to be exposed. The kidnappers suddenly stopped. They had found a doctor. Soon a woman was brought in. As she bandaged the boss on the bed, the woman seemed to know someone was under the bed. She intentionally dropped something on the floor. When she bent down to pick it up, she saw Lisa under the bed. Then the woman calmly stood up. She stitched the boss wound, but the kidnappers were watching too closely. She found no chance to help Lisa escape. The girl could only keep hiding under the bed. At that moment, Lisa overheard their plan. They intended to rob a bank, then burn this place to the ground. Lisa knew hiding would not work. She saw a toy alarm clock nearby. She kicked it to set off the alarm and distract the kidnappers. She successfully escaped from under the bed, but when she ran downstairs and tried to open the door, she saw a stranger outside. Thinking he was the kidnapper's accomplice, she rushed back upstairs. She accidentally entered her boyfriend's room. Fighting excitement, she tried to untie him, but a voice suddenly spoke. It was the stranger from outside. The kidnappers heard the noise too. Soon screams came from outside the door. The girl quickly hid in the bathroom. The enraged kidnapper was walking step by step toward her. The driver opened the iron door and told the gorilla to push the truck. But despite using all its strength, the truck didn't move an inch. He ran to check the driver's cabin and found the driver hadn't released the handbrake. Once the brake was off, the gorilla quickly got the truck moving. The truck picked up speed on the downhill slope, and soon the gorilla couldn't keep up. Just as the gorilla looked desperate, it suddenly spotted a bicycle. Then it started chasing the truck. But because the brakes failed, it crashed right into the slowing truck. It turned out the truck had a flat tire, forcing the driver to stop. He planned to change the tire by the roadside, but unexpectedly, the driver didn't know how to fix it. The gorilla couldn't stand watching. It brought over a new tire to replace the flat. The gorilla skillfully used the jack and started loosening the lug nuts. Soon it had put on a new tire and tightened all the nuts properly. They thought they'd finally reached their destination, but the truck ran out of gas halfway. Luckily, there was a gas station nearby. Just as the tank was almost full, the driver had only one coin. The attendant immediately threatened to call the police. Suddenly, the driver noticed a circus poster. He saw a passerby holding a toy monkey and remembered he had a real one in the truck. So a dancing gorilla appeared at the gas station. After several hours of performance, they finally earned enough for the gas. Then they continued their journey, but didn't expect the road ahead to be so steep. The gorilla was knocked out instantly. The driver rushed the truck to the zoo, carrying the gorilla to see a doctor. What he didn't expect was the doctor had never treated a real animal. After listening for a long time, he couldn't find a heartbeat. So the doctor pulled out a huge needle and stabbed the gorilla with it. The gorilla instantly regained its energy. Then the driver delivered the gorilla to its destination. While waiting for the client to pay, the gorilla suddenly removed its costume head. It turned out to be an international fraudster who disguised as a gorilla to evade capture. The rich man then boarded a yacht to escape. While the driver chased frantically for his payment, the rich man pulled out a flare gun, but the driver threw a banana at him. And so, the billionaire who stole billions from banks was finally caught. The driver received a $1 million reward for helping solve the case. She goes on a wild shopping spree. The total comes out to $2,000, but she calmly pulls out a stack of coupons.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She spends 30 minutes scanning them all. The supermarket ends up owing her $2. The man behind her is completely stunned. Her name is Mary, a housewife who lives off coupon savings. Every day, she diligently buys stacks of magazines, then cuts out all the coupons from them. She even collects discarded product packaging. After working hard for some time, her home becomes completely packed with stuff. But when she opens a cereal box to try it, she finds the cereal has gone soggy. She immediately files a complaint with the company. Unexpectedly, they send an apology letter the next day, along with another coupon. Mary heads back to the supermarket to redeem the coupon. The cashier tells her, big companies can't be bothered with complaints. They usually just give out coupons to keep people quiet. This sparks a sudden idea in Mary's mind. A bold plan starts forming. From then on, she uses her skills and starts writing mass complaint letters to big companies. Through her persistent efforts, she easily obtains hundreds of cash vouchers. When her friends sees this, they spot a huge business opportunity. If they could sell these coupons for half price, they could make a fortune. But just writing complaint letters isn't enough. So the two start looking for the source of the coupons. Their investigation leads to a printing plant in Mexico. They drive through the night to get there. After staking out the place for days, they successfully bribe a factory employee. The employee reveals a secret. The factory always prints extra coupons. The excess coupons get destroyed after expiration, but nobody actually checks this. Mary exploits this loophole, getting a steady stream of coupons smuggled out. This marks the true start of their wealth journey. Mary sets up a coupon sales platform, selling them at half price. Her friend promotes them on video platforms, selling coupons nationwide. As more and more people buy, Mary makes so much from selling coupons, she buys 5 Lamborghinis outright. You might think this is just a movie plot, but it's actually based on a true story.